What is one country that you will never visit again? Well, I guess I can look at pyramids in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, never going to Egypt. No offense, but fuck the Bahamas. It's a tourist trap, and not a very good one at that. More like a third world country trying to play at capitalism. Egypt's tourism industry will never recover from this question. Egypt, once I saw the pyramids I hopped on a plane home. I'm an Egyptian man, and have lived here my whole life, and I have honestly never been so embarrassed in my life to say where I'm from. I feel so bad for everyone who dealt with all these disgusting acts when they visited here, and I'm just at a loss for words. After reading this, what the hell is wrong with Egypt? This thread makes me wonder how the world hasn't collectively cancelled Egypt, lol. Came here to sadly say Egypt. I got constantly hassled and physically touched. Kids grabbing you begging for money. Locked in shops. Armed forces and our coaches for our safety. It was stunning, but unsettling. Egypt for sure. Was visiting the pyramids and this girl in front of me almost got raped. Just a bunch of men surrounded her once our guides were at a minimal away distance. Ended up fighting them off with the help of other several tourists. She was with a friend, also a woman, and I ended up spending my whole time with them for the next 4 days. Really enjoyed my time with them, but holy shit, going out in public was just me doing bodyguard work, which I was not comfortable at, but what choice did I have? Terrible place for women, disgusting smell, terrible people overall, food sucked too, but I'm sure that's highly subjective. Yamayano vertical bar got mugged within the first 5 minutes, I kid you not. D. Haiti. Went and did medical relief in a field hospital after the earthquake. Recent stuff aside, that country is, and has been fucked. Poor infrastructure. Poor education. No significant industries. No natural resource advantage. Corrupt government, polarized political climate. Island nation, so all imports are more expensive. Poor medical system. Anything a country would need to get a leg up is just non-existent. I'm a pretty positive person, and met the loveliest people there, but I've never been more depressed or pessimistic about a place's future. This entire thread is very interesting to read, but also makes me sad at how awful some places mentioned here are. If people can't stand visiting, imagine living there and not being able to leave. Oof. Chat. Definitely the most depressing country I have ever been to. Had to stop reading this thread because it's making my travel dreams into nightmares. Edit. Rip my notifications. Thanks for the silver, my friend. Scrolling down till I see my country. Haiti. Went on a medical mission. 1 day was spent at the beach. We got caught in the middle of a protest. I was groped. Several other people were punched. It was terrifying. They only stopped when one of our translators yelled that we were medical workers. We only ended up spending 1 hour at the beach, so we wouldn't end up driving back through the same area at night. When we reached that area, it was clear of people. A few overturned vehicles were on fire. A UN detail was hanging out in a big armored vehicle with a very large gun on top. I can't imagine how awful it must be now with all of the civil unrest. Syria. I went before the civil war, and it was honestly one of the loveliest places I've ever been, with super nice friendly people. Add to that the food is amazing. It would break my heart to see some of the places now. Till never ever go to fucking Egypt, Jesus Christ. Yay, my country of Mongolia is not on here, or maybe because not many people go there to begin with. Edit. Thank you everyone, lots of lovely messages. Mongolia is one of the last frontiers in Eurasia. In fact, people call it the Wild East sometimes. Still unspoilt and raw, especially the countryside. People not ruined by tourism yet and not too bothered by race or creed. Culturally not quite Central Asian nor Southeast Asian, with a healthy admixture of ex-Soviet country mentality and some liberal Western sensibilities. Politically a free democracy, which seems to be rare in our neighborhood, but rife with corruption too. Economically still developing, but you'll get broadband and 3G, 4G almost everywhere. Quite safe for tourists, apart from petty crime, but not everyone speaks English, so I suggest you hire a guide beforehand. I suppose that's it. If you have any more questions, I suggest you head to r/Mongolia. Cheers. The title of this post should be Why Should You Never Visit Egypt? South Africa, beautiful place but the crime is horrible. Someone tried to kidnap me when I was 9. South Africa, some random truck rolled up outside of our hotel and got in a shootout for no apparent reason. I walked out after the shooting to see around 7 people dead or at least injured, including our tour guide. Jamaica. Went for a chill vacation with my then college girlfriend and were very turned off by being asked if we wanted to buy weed every 20 steps. Despite popular misconceptions, weed was quite illegal in Jamaica at the time. I smoked at home in the US occasionally, but wasn't into it this trip and didn't want to risk getting arrested in a foreign country. 3 days in, and they're wearing us down, so we consider buying a joint. That same day, a tour guide on our river tour warns us without prompting that dudes will sell you weed and then cross the street to tell the cops for an informant fee that you've got weed, after which you get tossed in Jamaican jail and have to bribe your way out. Also, the food was meh. Can we take a moment of silence for all the people who actually live in these places? At the rate it's going, South Africa. Backpacked around in 2009, from Cape Town to Joburg, and just loved it. Legit my favorite country I traveled in, because it is so diverse in nature, people, just about every way. But as things get more dangerous, I'm just not sure if I'll ever get back there. Seeing footage of the riots right now breaks my heart. If anyone from South Africa is reading this, BTW, I wish you all the best and hope you stay safe. Qatar. I worked there for 15 months. Appalling treatment of workers. Very hot. Terrible food and the whole country is a building site getting ready for the World Cup next year. After that the country will be empty. Nothing to do apart from work and shopping. Afghanistan. I would love to go back and be a tourist, but I don't think I will ever have the opportunity, nor would it be responsible, now that I have a family to vacation there. The country is absolutely beautiful, and the weather was nice. The people are one of the kindest, most respectful cultures I have ever had the pleasure of working with, full of beautiful traditions and fantastic food. Sadly, they have their issues, and it wouldn't be wise to risk going there as a tourist. A real shame too, because I'd have loved to visit the resorts in Bamiyan and go skiing and snowboarding there. Afghanistan. Don't think I need to elaborate. I won't visit my own country if I could get a bit. Iran. Edit. People think that I don't like Iran, or I hate it, or whatever, which is totally wrong. I love Iran. My main concern is about economy problems and political issues that made people suffer. Everyone deserves a decent life. I wish Iran was in a state that no one would think of leaving and instead would work hard to restore its power and make it great again, which is hard. Egypt. Nice place, some great things to see, but the fucking street vendors are just horrible bastards. Pounce on you as soon as you get off the coach, trying to put shit on you. Some fucker literally tried to take the wallet out of my shorts pocket. Not pickpocketing. Brazen with me stood looking at him. I lost my shit at this point and was quickly surrounded by about 10 of the fuckers. I fancied my chances to be honest, but not fucking worth getting stabbed or getting locked up in a shithole jail. Edit. Typus. Yugoslavia. Loved my time there, but it no longer exists. Okay, I've struck Egypt from my list. The sheer number of posts here about relentless brazen sexual harassment and assault is kind of distressing. Cambodia. But only because I was mugged in Phnom Penh. Let's all pray for women living in Egypt. Probably, and unfortunately my parents' birth country Afghanistan. I've been there 3 times for a long duration and the country keeps deteriorating. The ethnic Hazara minority already were not safe purely due to their race and religion. The Hazaras mainly are Shia, while the ones who are killing them, the Taliban claiming to be Sunni, but now the Taliban is also attacking the ethnic group my family is a part of, Tajiks, purely due to our race and disregard for Pashtunwali. It's depressing, but I probably won't return to Afghanistan in my life. Well, looks like I'm not going anywhere near Egypt. Egypt. Honestly, I didn't like the vibe from the locals. Venezuela. If I ever get out of this shit country, I'm never coming back. Jamaica. Everyone thinks that you owe them a tip for something, or runs up and puts a necklace on your sew and expects money immediately. Unless you're just into getting pumped for money by locals and worrying about being robbed, don't go there.